right, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, do you want to minimize? I can see us in the bottom corner there. If you just press the little X there, yeah, all good.
Cool. Hey everyone, and thank you for having me on this workshop series today. It's a little bit early right here in SF, but I'm excited to show you guys how to basically um, use some of the stuff that we've built specifically for Story, and how you can also build an agent with a lot of the agent product suite that we have. So first things first, some of you guys may be a little confused about what Crossmint is. Crossmint is actually a developer platform where we have APIs for people to bring their apps and also their agents on chain. And so we actually have worked with Story for something called the Storykit. So if you go on this link, which I'm sure you can find, you'll be able to see kind of what exactly we have in the Storykit. So this one, these APIs are meant for humans, but obviously if you want your agents to do them, it's just a very easy kind of automation in getting your agents to call tools that you can build with these APIs. So today I'll just be going through a little bit of how to create a Crossmin server wallet on Story. And that's basically a smart wallet that you can create with a server-side API key on Crossmint. I'm also gonna kind of quickly go through like how to register a collection, how to kind of upload your song on Story, and kind of show you that it actually really is on chain. Um, and how to kind of retrieve some asset IDs and stuff. But before we go into all that, I wanted to show you guys how to create an agent that can transact on chain, first of all. So um, if you go to the Goat GitHub, you see that Goat is basically an on-chain action toolkit. So no matter what framework you're building your agent on, no matter what chain it's on, no matter what kind of wallet or what kind of like any configuration that your agent wants to have, we mostly support it. And this means that all you need to do is just focus on building the agent, and all the other on-chain actions are things that will take care of you through plugins. And so today, the example that I wanted to show is an agent that's able to purchase. Oh, actually, sorry. I wanted to show you guys. Oh, so if you go into TypeScript and you go into examples, we have by framework, by use case, and by wallet. And I want to show you an agent with an EVM smart wallet, because we will be kind of looking at how to create a server wallet, a server smart wallet on Crossmint. And it's actually super simple. We already have like a create wallet script over here that you can create with your Crossmint API key. And then with Goat, it just means that this wallet will be tied to your agent. And so this wallet address will be your agent's wallet. Now, all this is open source. So if you want to just go onto this link or just go to the main link, clone this repo and kind of follow along with me, that's fine as well. So I already have this set up in my repo. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys. Sorry, it's just so much stuff going on. All right, cool. So so as you can see here, in the EVM Smart Wallet folder, we have the Create Smart Wallet script. So I'm just going to go ahead and run the script, and you see that it's super simple in the sense that once you already have your Crossmint API key and your environment file,
Joyce,
once
can
you...
interrupt you for a sec. Would you be able
Yeah.
to drop that repo link in the chat? Just I wasn't able to find the full link, just so people can follow along.
Yeah. So here. Yeah, you can use non-EVM chains too. Any chain basically, Solana, Movement, any kind of EVM compatible chain you can think about. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go through why this works. But first of all, let's create a smart wallet on EVM. So I'm just gonna do. Okay. So when I run this file, this is what is going to happen. All right, so it's created a smart wallet for me, and it showed me, exactly what wallet is running. So this is the EVM key pair type. Now, if you want to make sure that you're creating something that you want, like exactly the kind of smart wallet that you want to use, it's actually super simple in the sense that we have two kinds of EVM smart wallets. So first one, for the admin signer, meaning that the other wallet that's supposed to sign, you can either kind of leave it up to a Fireblocks address that we provide, or if you want, you can put in your own wallet address. For example, if I have a wallet on MetaMask that I want to use to sign, I just need to put in this key pair, or rather this private key. So I feel like if you're new to this, starting off with Fireblocks is going to be a little bit easier. But anyway, this script in the repo itself generates a key pair um, wallet address. So if you don't want that, over here in admin signer type, you're going to just put in Fireblocks custodial. And you can find out more about Crossmint smart wallets over here, and you can find out why we have different kinds of smart wallets. So here's all the list of the kind of smart wallets they have. So for example, someone asked, can we have non-EVM wallets? Yes, you can. Solana, Aptos, Cardano, SWA, basically any chain that you can think of. The reason why I'm doing EVM today is because Story is EVM compatible, and so this will come in handy for when you're trying to build an hackathon. I'm just trying to show you. All right. Okay, so now we've already done, the create wallet part of the Storykit, but this wallet is now for your agent. So what you're gonna do is, I'm not gonna show you my environment file, but we do have a template over here. Put in your OpenAI API key, go to staging.crossmint, and get your Crossmint staging API key. And then this is the wallet address that you're going to use um, by getting it from this script. So over here, you see that it created this wallet. And so you're just going to copy this and put it in here. Signer wallet secret key. This is what I was saying. The wallet that you want to use for admin signer, put it in over here for like put in your secret key over here. Obviously, if you think that this is not secure, there are other ways where you would actually hold the key in a more secure way, server side or just somewhere else. But for the sake of this demo, I'm just trying to show you what happens once you have all these environment um, all these keys basically. And then RPC provider URL. So because you're going to be a story testnet, use a story testnet RPC that you can get on Chainlist or on the story website. And signer wallet address. So which wallet are you using to sign as an admin signer? Again, if you use the Fireblocks custodial, this is not something you need to worry about. and you can just kind of just delete this off the file. But if you're like, hey, I want to sign my own transactions, you can do so and just create a wallet like that. All right, so the next file that we're going to run is actually index. Sorry, I was just trying to play around with some stuff. So over here, you can see the reason why the agent knows that you're on the Story testnet chain instead of any other EVM chain, because we have like a very generic EVM wallet. Is because over here you would define chain as Story testnet. So we also have Story mainnet, and if you hover over the chain, you can see kind of what kind of chains we currently support in EVM wallets in Gold right now. And so over here, we're kind of just importing all these names that you see are actually plugins that we have in Gold. So we're getting this from the Vercel AI adapter. So this agent was built with the Vercel AI SDK, and we're just gonna be able to chat with the agent in the CLI itself. Obviously, when you're building for the hackathon, you'll probably want a nicer front end, and so that'll be much better. And so it's just gonna say welcome to Story Protocol agent, but I'm just gonna run it for you, and I'm just gonna show you what happens as like a completely kind of just blank. If you wanted to put in your own plugins, this is where you define the tools. So as you can see, this function is on-chain tools. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and run this file. Sorry, it's taking a while. Okay, so over here, as you can see, we don't have too many fancy kind of like plugins or tools. If you wanted to start sending tokens to each other, for example, if you want to send like wrapped IP to each other, you would import the ERC20 plugin, and you have to kind of define your own token definition. So, for example, just now we had the token definition where we were trying to kind of just define IP, because IP currently is still not a token in like the token list that we support. So if you want to send IP to each other or transact an IP with your agent, you have to define that. For the sake of today's demo, just in the interest of time, we are just gonna we're just gonna start chatting with our agent. What is my wallet address on Story? So they might give us a different wallet address, because I did put in a different wallet address previously into my environment file, but I'm not going to open that. And so this was the wallet address that I generated previously, and I gave it in the environment file. And by the way, I can't see your questions, so if there are any questions, please shout it out. But yeah, so the reason why I wanted to show you this file is because for Storykit and for everything else that I kind of want to show you guys today, so these API endpoints are obviously made for, like humans. Like we can just call these API endpoints and it's fine, it will work. What you could do for the hackathon, and this is why I'm not going to do it for you because I do think that it's a very interesting application, is you can start wrapping these API endpoints into tools that your agent can call. So as you can see over here, the way we're defining tools is we're just gonna start with an on-chain tools and a get on-chain tools kind of function. And over here, you can just put in your plugins, and you can write and make your own plugins, or you can just make your own functions over here and just call them as tools. So I am going to show you what happens when oh, I'm just going to show you what happens when you actually call these API endpoints manually. So let me just show you what's going on. So the caveat for all this, remember, is that you would need a Crossmint API key, and you need a staging one because right now we're still in testnet and we're kind of just doing everything on staging. Once you're ready to push your app to production, then you'll be able to they'll be able to use the production keys. Okay. So I'm just going to show you here what's going on. All right, this is going to be really interesting. So I'm not going to run it again because I'm not going to just mint it again. But basically, here's what's going on, right? I have a file that I kind of just copied off the quick start. And so I'm just trying to register a collection right now. So a music album is just basically an IP collection on the Story testnet. And it's basically I'm just putting in the name of the album that I want. So these are the parameters that the API takes in, right? The name that I want, the description of the album, and also kind of the um, sign of the album. So like kind of like a short form, like a slug, if you will. And this will be how the NFT, because every IP collection on Stories and NFT will be displayed on chain. All right, so right now we have, this ID. So this ID is the collection ID on Crossmint that you need to start minting a song so that, we know which album you're trying to mint a song into. So just to prove to you that this actually exists on chain, let me just go back to grab the wallet address. Oops, actually, what was my wallet address? Story scan. Sorry, it's not this. Mhm. So let me just ask what my wallet address is again. All right, so let's just grab this wallet address and just look through it. So there will be a transaction that kind of just shows hmm. Give me a second. Oops, sorry. Okay. All right, so you can see we do actually have this on chain. So this is obviously something that I minted yesterday when I was just trying to test this out. But this is basically an album that you now have on chain on Story, and it's basically an IP collection. And I also did mint a song. So if you want, we already have a song that we made. You can literally just use these links and just grab the ID that you got from the step before into this quick start. And then once you register that, that's going to be entirely on chain that you can even just click on and see what you have in there. So we have like one holder, right? So that holder is me, and the inventory is basically the song that we're minting, that basically I minted from the quick start, and you can literally just click in and see. So I did put in NFT groove, as you can see here. um these were the parameters that I passed in. So I wanted the name of the song to be NFT groove, description to be a funky track. I put in a photo and I put in the MP3 track, and then also who made the music. So all these are just parameters that you can see in the quick start. That's just things that we need from you to actually start minting on the story testnet. And so if it's successful, it'll just show you exactly what's going on and also the contract address. And so here it is. So you can see exactly what we did, mint and register. And it just makes it super easy to do this programmatic uh, to do this with code instead of just doing this manually and trying to find ways to like make a story wallet, try to mint from the story wallet, etc. etc. And we did all this without actually using any IP. So you don't even need, you know, any kind of IP in your wallet to actually start testing out some of these quick starts. But anything further that you want to do, for example, if you want your agents to actually do this for you instead of you doing it by yourself, if you wanted to create an agent, like a music agent for the hackathon, for example, then yes, you would need a wallet because the agent will actually need to start maybe transacting on the chain or actually be able to start buying and selling their own music NFTs on Story. And yeah, that's basically it. I know I covered quite a lot of things today, but I kind of just want to show you what exactly can you build with Crossmint. And we, because we do work with Story, we have a whole Story kit that you can take advantage of. And then obviously with Goat, it's completely free and open source. So just go ahead and check that out. And yeah. Um,
You might be able to see chat now. We had a couple of questions come in while you were talking. One from Raghav, who was wondering if you can talk a bit about front end. Do you have any tips for or examples of voice agent integration?
yeah, we actually have an 11 labs quick start if you look at it. Um, let me just drop it in the group. So 11 labs, well, if you're building with 11 labs specifically, which is what most people do because of voice, it has its own kind of agent framework and like its own way it calls tools. So we already have that as a quick start example. If you want to use something else, like another voice, I don't know, voice API provider, they will have their own standards. So we don't really have it for that. Um, I don't think it's really something you do in the front end, to be honest, because everything would kind of be pretty tied in with your agent integration. And I see no one say since it supports Python, can I work on Python only, or I face issues with Python. So you would want to check. So yes, we do support Python. One thing that I like to caveat is you would probably want to check exactly which plugin you want to use and whether that it has been supported on Python yet. Because the backstory is we started on TypeScript, and then as more and more people asked for Python, we started kind of trying to reach feature parity between Python and TypeScript. But a lot of the TypeScript stuff that we're trying to replicate in Python has not been 100% achieved. So it really depends on which plugins you want to use. I think we do have a table kind of showing you exactly which plugins are in Python versus TypeScript. So no. The Python scripts are in the docs. So just go into this link. Yeah, so as you can see here, this is everything that's supporting Python, but if you want to see it in a table form, oh, actually, why is it not? Not 11 labs, hold on. We have it in table form where you can see exactly what is supported and what is not. So over here, you can see exactly which packages we have, which plugins you would say, we have in Python, which directly affects what tools your agents can use, versus what's in TypeScript. So everything's in TypeScript, and then we're kind of just slowly porting that over to Python right now. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you very much, Joyce. So we've had a lot of questions whilst we were going. Is there anything else that people would like to ask while we have Joyce in front of us? Otherwise, you can ask questions asynchronously, and we can get the Crossmint team in touch with you if you have any issues as you're building. I see a couple of people typing, so I'll give them a minute to get a question in if they have one. But otherwise, thank you everyone so much for joining us. Some of you, I'm seeing some new names, so some of you have come to this workshop for the first time, I think. So thank you for joining us, even if this is your first time. I'm hoping that you're all at the end of your ideation phase and you're starting to think about getting started building. Because we have about 2.5 weeks left in the Buildathon. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys end up producing. And I'm hoping that you have as much time as possible to work on it so that it can really, really stand out. If you have any questions about bounty specific technical issues or more specific about Story, then there's lots of information available for you in the hacker pack. It should direct you to the right place. But the TLDR is if you have questions about bounties, then come to the Encode Discord, where we have a channel dedicated to the Surreal World Assets Buildathon. If you have questions specifically about Story, technical questions, then head over to the Story Builders Discord. The links to join both of these, if you're not already in them, are in the hacker pack, and they're definitely worthwhile joining early, so that you know what's going on there. Someone might have already asked your questions. You don't need to ask it again. If you have any concerns about general logistics in the hackathon, if you've formed a team since registering, but you haven't registered together, then just get in contact with me, either Discord or email. And I've been sending you a few emails, or you can find me on Discord and I can sort that out for you. Anything else, just get in contact with me. I'm always available and I can't wait to see what you guys produce. It looks like we don't have any more questions for Joyce. So thank you very much, Joyce, for coming in early in your workday to deliver this workshop. The recording will be available tomorrow in the Hacker Pack, alongside the rest of the recordings from all the workshops we've had this week and last week. So if you missed any of them, then make sure to catch up. They're all time-stamped and sort of fully uploaded. So if you want to ×2 speed them and speed run the whole workshop series, I'm sure you could do it in less than a day if you missed any. Thank you very much. We will end the session today here, but I will not be away from you for long, because I'm sure I will see you all very soon, be it in some live sessions or in the finale, which is obviously going to be in the next couple of months. So thank you everyone for joining us. I will get in touch.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.